He uses a dial indicator to measure the circumference of the roller and confirm that it's sufficiently round. Using a forklift, the team lifts the motor and places it in the conveyor frame. They slide the motor's threaded rods into holes drilled in the frame. An employee places metal washers on the threaded rods. Then he screws nuts to them, securing the motor to the frame. He installs a bearing on the end of the roller axle. Next, workers arrange the rollers on the conveyor frame. They place the bearings on the flange of one of the vertical rails. They attach the bearings to the rail with socket screws. One of the workers attaches the welded steel chain to the teeth of the sprocket wheels. He joins the sections of the roller chain with links. Then he drops the ends of the chains down to the motor. The worker loops the chains around the motor sprockets and connects the ends with the joiner plate and retaining clip. Now, they're ready to put this roller conveyor to the test. An employee measures the rotational speed of the rollers with an instrument called a tachometer. He also tests the conveyor's ability to move heavy objects. Once approved, the roller conveyor will be shipped to another factory where it will be an important part of the manufacturing process. A turbocharger harnesses a vehicle's exhaust gases to compress fresh air, forcing that pressurized air into the engine's combustion chamber for a turbocharged performance. With it, a small engine can be as powerful as a larger one, using energy that would otherwise disappear out the tailpipe. The exhaust gas turbocharger is an invention that dates back over a century. But in recent years, the concept has literally been picking up speed. Design tweaks and the use of lighter materials mean a bigger boost to engine output, so a small engine can be as powerful as a larger one without guzzling extra fuel. Production begins at the foundry. An overhead sprayer blows sand into the shaped cavity of this box. The spraying action activates a binder applied to the sand. This causes a chemical reaction that solidifies the particles. The worker extracts the hardened sand shape from the box. The shape is called a core. It will be used to mold the inside of the turbocharger's housing. He files down any little bumps and rough edges. He then pipes adhesive around the border of a second sand mold and glues the first part to it to build up the core. He applies a putty-like compound to the seam to plug any gaps. Meanwhile, another worker uses a different technique to make smaller cores. He rocks the box, and this causes sand to flow into a shaped cavity. The sand has been mixed with heat-sensitive chemicals. He aims a flame at an opening in the box as burners warm it from the sides. This triggers a reaction that hardens the sand inside so it takes the shape of the cavity. The result is another, smaller turbocharger core. These snail-shaped sand cones are now ready for casting. He places the cores in a mold which is also made of hardened sand. Machinery lifts the bottom half of the mold to the top half, essentially closing the mold. He pours molten aluminum into it, and it flows into the spaces between the cores and outer mold. The aluminum solidifies in a minute, and the molds tumble onto a conveyor, revealing the cast turbocharger parts. They're connected by hardened flow lines. After separating the parts, they ship them to the turbocharger factory. Here, computerized tools carve and contour the aluminum part to specifications so precise they're measured in thousandths of an inch. This is the turbocharger housing before the work was done. and after. Using a computerized probe, a technician looks for irregularities. Even minuscule ones will need to be fixed. It's now time to assemble all the parts. The worker inserts a bearing into one end of the iron center housing. He lubricates a second bearing and slots it into the other end. These bearings will ultimately support a shaft with a turbine on one end and a compressor on the other. He adds a metal collar and a third bearing to the assembly. He caps the bearing parts with a metal plate. It will keep lubricant from spilling out when the turbocharger spins. He flips the center housing around and installs a metal heat shield on the bottom. He inserts the shaft and turbine wheel assembly. He installs the compressor wheel on the other end of the shaft. He heats the wheel briefly, causing it to expand, which allows it to be pushed further down the shaft. Once cooled, it shrinks to the shaft for a tight fit. Next, a machine called a vibration sort rig spins the compressor at a high speed as a computer analyzes it for vibrations. Even the slightest tremor indicates an imbalance. The computer also detects the source of the problem so it can be fixed. He grinds the compressor nose ever so slightly to balance the part. He now nestles the compressor into the curled aluminum housing. It's a shape that's designed to funnel air into the engine. He secures the compressor to the housing with a metal ring. He fits the turbine end into its housing. It too has the distinctive curl to pipe the exhaust gases in the right direction. A blast of air now simulates the effect of those exhaust gases, spinning the turbine to power the compressor. It takes about 15 minutes to build one of these turbos. Once installed in an engine, it's full speed ahead. Throughout the centuries, man fashioned eating utensils out of various metals. The 1840s saw the invention of silver plating over inexpensive base metals. Sterling silver and silver plate remained the norm until the early 1950s, when stainless steel flatware made its debut. Stainless steel flatware is durable, and unlike silver plate, doesn't dull, tarnish, or wear off. This flatware starts out as thick wire called coil. To make knives, the coil goes into a heading machine that cuts pieces to blade length, then forms them into blank shapes with a head at one end. This bolster, as it's called, will connect the blade to the knife handle. A furnace softens the metal for the final shaping in a forging press. 3 dies progressively forge the shape and trim off the excess metal. After grinding the end of the bolster flat, the next machine welds on the tang, which fits inside the knife handle. Now, an automated grinding wheel tapers the blade thinner at the front. A second grinding wheel scallops the front edge. This is the knife serration. The thicker back end gives the blade strength to withstand the pressure you apply when cutting food. For the knife handles, the factory uses stainless steel with a higher nickel content. It has greater corrosion resistance and is easier to form, which is critical given that handles often feature very intricate designs. Handles, too, start out as coil that goes through a series of dies. Each finished piece is half a handle. A spot welding machine tacks the 2 halves together, forming a handle shell. To fuse the halves completely, this machine cuts a piece of copper-based wire and drops it inside the hollow handle. A furnace melts the wire so that it flows into the crevice between the 2 halves, soldering the seam thoroughly. An edging machine grinds the solder line until it blends in with the surrounding stainless steel. Workers pour liquid cement into the center of a carousel on which they mount 50 handles at a time. As the carousel spins, the centrifugal force shoots the cement outward, filling the handle cavities. Then, workers insert a blade into each one. A 10-minute soak in hot water cures the cement. Workers scrub off any excess cement that oozed out. On the spoon line, a press cuts standard steel into paintbrush-shaped pieces. Then, heavy rollers stretch those pieces out, thinning the end that'll become the spoon's bowl. A trim press then cuts the spoon's profile. Next, a machine called a coining press punches the pattern into the handle, then forms the bowl to its rounded shape. Forks go through the same steps as spoons, then through a press that cuts the tines in 2 stages. A support bar keeps the tines from moving, while a coining press puts a slight bend in them. The next machine slices off that bar and stacks the finished forks. The last stop for all the flatware is the buffing equipment. Cloth wheels polish the surface with liquid buffing compound until the steel shines. The casual patterns are now ready for packaging. The more formal ones get dressed up with full or partial plating in silver or gold. Restaurant dinnerware brings a lot to the table. It's known for rugged good looks. It holds up to heavy use and repeated cleaning in commercial dishwashers. And its design reflects the restaurant's theme and adds presentation value to the food. Most people appreciate the effort that goes into a fine meal, but they may not give much thought to what it takes to make the actual plate the food is served up on. Making ceramic dinnerware that's restaurant quality is an intensive process, one that starts with a master die made of gypsum. This worker then makes a production version of the master. To do this, he pours gypsum into a wire mesh frame above the master. There's tubing attached to the mesh frame, and he pumps air through it. This causes the water in the gypsum to bubble out and evaporate. It dries and solidifies into a mirror image of the master, in this case, a platter shape. The tubing inside this production die will be used again later to gently blow off the platter when formed, releasing it from the die. Another worker adds the ceramic ingredients to water. They include a plasticizer, silica sand, different clays, and minerals like alumina. Once the clay mix has been thoroughly blended, they drain it onto a vibrating sieve to screen out large mineral chunks and impurities. The clay-based liquid flows through the screen into a holding tank. They pump it through this filter press. It compresses fabric-covered plastic plates to squeeze out moisture, turning the clay liquid into putty-like slabs. With this consistency, it can now be shaped. A worker breaks up the slabs and feeds the pieces to a pug mill. The mill shapes the clay into a long cylinder, and in the process, it sucks out air, so dinnerware made from it will be less prone to cracking. He slices the clay cylinder into small wads using a wire cutter. Each of these clay wads will be shaped into one plate. They place each wad onto molds on a revolving platform. The mold spins up to a metal tool, which presses the clay into the shape of the plate mold below. The tool also forms the back, so the plate will sit evenly on a table. A nozzle lubricates the metal tool between pressings. A cutter at the side trims the rims of the plates as they're formed. Unlike the platter die, these molds don't have tubing inside to blow off the plates. Instead, the heat from the dryer separates them from the molds. Once out of the molds, the plates spin on pedestals past a sponge to smooth the edges. To make coffee mugs, the pug mill presses out a narrower cylinder, and a knife at the exit point slices it into precise wads. The wads fall into coffee mug molds, and a tool spins the clay up against the walls of the molds to shape it into mugs. A blade at the top trims the excess from the lip of the mug. They pass under a long sponge to smooth the rims. And now for the handles. They make them in two-part molds and dry them under an infrared light. The handles must have precisely the same moisture content as the mugs, around 16%. A worker dips the ends of each handle in a clay and glue mixture and presses it to the mug. The mugs go into a dryer and the moisture content drops to 4%. Next, they douse the mugs with glaze inside and out and bake them in a super hot kiln. This will make the mugs chip resistant and will strengthen the bond between the handle and the mug. They paint the dinnerware by hand using a ceramic stain. This stain will enable it to hold up to repeated rigorous cleanings in restaurant dishwashers. For a different look, they apply decals to some dinnerware. This artwork has been produced using the same hard-wearing ceramic stain. The plates then head into the oven, and the heat fuses the decorative touches to them. From a liquid clay mix to tableware you can dine out on, the process has taken about 24 hours. It should serve you well. Porcelain is often called China after the country that invented it more than 1,200 years ago. It looks delicate, but is actually the hardest type of ceramic material. It's even used in electrical insulators because it withstands very high heat. But most people think of porcelain as decorative. This company makes 40 different porcelain items. It all starts with a sketch of the piece, in this case a teapot. After that, a master mold of the piece, a negative made of plaster. Craftsmen use it to make a production mold. Porcelain begins as powder, a blend of 3 minerals, quartz, kaolin, and feldspar. The workshop mixes this powder with water to make a wet paste called slip. A craftswoman fills the mold with slip. Within 10 minutes or so, the porous plaster absorbs the water, leaving a crust of hardened slip. After pouring the rest out, she waits another 30 minutes for the crust to continue hardening. Then she peels away the mold and gets a first look at her teapot. Here, she removes excess crust from a different mold for the spout. She waits about 10 minutes until the spout is hard enough to handle, but still soft enough to sculpt. With the utility knife, she carves open the end of the spout. With a little water and a sponge, she smooths out the edges and curves the rim. Next, she extracts the handle from a third mold. Then she pierces 12 holes in the spout side of the teapot to filter out the tea leaves when you pour. She brushes on some slip to attach the spout and the handle. This model has a wedge along the collar to help align the handle correctly. Other designs have small notches instead. She brushes on more slip to ensure the parts will bond. Then sponges the surrounding surface to smooth out the drips. After the piece dries for 2 more days, she carves away the lines along the handle and under the spout and sands down the rim. They make some pieces using a pressure casting system. The mold's made of resin and tiny polyester beads that create pores which absorb the water in the slip. After a hydraulic press closes the mold, the machine injects slip into the cavity. 12 minutes later, a craftsman uses a suction plate to remove what will become a serving platter. He places the piece on a plaster block. The porous plaster lets the underside dry without leaving marks. They fire the items in a giant kiln. The kiln heats up gradually, taking 8 hours to reach a searing 1800 degrees Fahrenheit, then 12 more hours to cool down. Firing hardens the porcelain and enables it to better absorb a coat of enamel. After brushing off any dust, the craftsman dunks each piece in enamel, a protective coating. The porcelain absorbs it right away, and this glaze turns into a shiny skin once the pieces are fired again. She handles each piece in a particular way to avoid leaving drip marks. In the second firing, they make the porcelain pure white by carefully controlling the air in the kiln. Reducing the oxygen level removes any undesirable colors. This time, the temperature is higher, 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit. It shrinks the pieces by about 15%. After a quality check, a craftsman applies the company logo with a transfer decal. The logo melts in when the plate goes back in the kiln for another 12 hours at 1,500 degrees Fahrenheit. In the end, the porcelain is translucent enough for light to shine right through. Other pieces offer more illustrated displays for an elegant dining experience. Harvested grains must be dried before they can be stored. Otherwise, they'll spoil. Farmers can outsource this work to someone else for a hefty fee. Or they can choose to keep everything on the farm by investing in a grain dryer. To use a grain dryer, the farmer simply dumps their harvest into a fold-down loading hopper. Once the bin is full, he or she starts the dryer's power unit. A central auger circulates the grain inside the bin as a fan blows in hot air, drying the grain. Most of the grain dryer's components are made out of steel tubing. Workers cut the tubes to the various required lengths. Once all the pieces are cut, workers position them on an assembly jig. Here, they're assembling the dryer's mainframe. Once all the parts are laid out, workers lock the pieces in place and weld them together. They assemble what's called the spider on a different assembly jig. The spider supports the dryer's plenum chamber, the component at the center of the bin that distributes the hot air. Workers bolt the spider to the mainframe and move the unit to the paint area. They clean and prime the steel, then coat it with corrosion-resistant paint. It takes 24 to 32 hours for the paint to dry. At that point, workers mount the agitator to the spider. The agitator prevents wet grain from sticking to the bin wall. They mount the agitator's main drive chain to the main gear and gearbox drive. Meanwhile, a plasma torch cuts sheets of perforated galvanized steel for the bin. These pieces will form the circular bottom. A press punches holes along the edges of each sheet. Workers connect the sheets together and bolt them onto a ring called the transition band at the top of the mainframe. Then they lower the spider and bolt it to the transition band. They bolt the plenum chamber to the spider. The chamber is made of perforated galvanized steel sheets. Hot air blown into the chamber by the power unit exits through the perforations, drying the circulating grain. Next, they assemble the bin's outside wall. They bolt perforated galvanized steel sheets together, as well as to the transition band on the main frame. The sheets enclose the plenum chamber at the center and vent the dry air through the perforations. Workers mount the power unit to the main frame. The unit, consisting of a burner and fan, blows hot air into the plenum chamber. In another part of the factory, they build the loading hopper on an assembly jig. After welding the parts together, they clean, prime, and paint the steel. Install the auger that moves the grain. Then a cover the farmer can adjust to regulate the flow. He also adds a protective screen for safety. Then they attach the finished loading hopper to the dryer's main frame. It connects via a pivoting hinge on the front of the loading tube. The hinge lets the farmer fold the hopper up and out of the way when it's not in use. Workers install springs to make it easier to lower and raise the 60-pound hopper. They also install a latch, which secures the hopper against the bin during storage or transport. The grain dryer rolls on wheels attached to axles bolted to the mainframe. The last step is installing a ladder on the outside of the bin. This provides access to the top of the grain dryer for monitoring operation and maintenance.
Only on Science.
Cavemen sharpened pieces of flint and used them to shave their facial hair. Modern man can simply go purchase a pack of razor blades for his shaver. While several styles of shavers and blades exist, many men believe the traditional type of razor blade gives the closest shave of them all. They're paper thin, yet sharp enough and strong enough to cut through the coarsest beard. Razor blades are made from a stainless steel strip that's a mere 4/1000ths of an inch thick. The strip first enters a punching machine that stamps out the overall blade shape. These dull-edged blades to be are called blanks. At this stage of the process, the stainless steel is very soft, as pliable as paper, so they now harden and strengthen it through a 4-step heat treatment process. Step 1. They heat the blanks in a furnace to just over 2000 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 seconds. Step 2. They briefly submerge them in cold water. This is called quenching. Step 3. They chill them for about 20 seconds in a deep cooling chamber at a temperature of -58 Fahrenheit. All this progressively restructures the molecules, hardening the metal. However, the metal becomes brittle, necessitating reheating the blanks for 20 seconds. The now hard blanks then move through a printer, which applies the razor blade brand name. Gas flames instantly dry the wet ink. Now it's time for the blanks to become blades. They enter a grinding and polishing machine. Within it are 3 grinding stations which first sharpen the contour, then produce 2 super sharp cutting edges. The blades then pass through a polishing station that removes burrs left by the grinding. Until now, the blades have been connected to each other. As they exit this machine, a knife separates them. The factory's quality control lab pulls samples from the production line and checks, among other criteria, the quality of the grinding and geometrics of the cutting edges. Then, every single blade the factory produces is examined for cutting-edge defects. Technicians assemble blades in packs of up to 800, then shine fluorescent light on the two cutting-edge sides. This makes defects visible. Blades that pass this inspection are washed with solvent to remove contaminants. Then dried. The now pristine razor blades go into a vacuum chamber. It draws a chromium-based coating onto the surface, rendering the cutting edges harder and more wear-resistant. Next, spray nozzles apply a non-stick coating which will help the blades glide smoothly over the skin. To adhere the coating permanently to the blade surface, they bake it on for 20 minutes at about 660 degrees Fahrenheit. Quality control technicians test samples again, this time to ensure the blades meet strength specifications. This test machine measures the force required for the blade to cut a thick wad of wet paper to a certain depth. Back in production, workers submerge the razor blades in organic oil for about half an hour. This provides additional protection against corrosion. On the packaging line, the equipment wraps each blade individually in wax paper. The wax coating on the paper helps protect the razor blade against corrosion during storage. Wax paper is also stronger than regular paper, so the blade's razor-sharp edges don't cut through it. The edge of these razor blades are about 10 times thinner than a human hair. A blade typically lasts about 6 shaves, so the average male goes through quite a few, considering that over the course of his lifetime, he'll have spent more than 3,300 hours shaving his face.
Next Saturday, oddities.
Contemporary tripods are made from aluminum tubes that have 4 different diameters. The tubes are electrowelded and anodized for precision, hardness, and durability. A machine cuts the tubes to the required lengths. A press expands one end of the D-shaped tubes to keep the smaller diameters in place. A worker inserts a tube into this machine. It uses a high-precision laser to etch the company's name into the aluminum. The laser process turns the etched aluminum white. A worker puts foam sleeves called leg warmers on 2 of the tripod's 3 legs. The sleeves allow photographers to easily handle the legs in extreme temperatures. The worker uses a pressurized air device to open the sleeve, then she inserts the leg. She uses a specialized machine to add the top hinge collar to the upper leg section. The parts were designed to work together and click neatly into place. Next, she applies the locking collars. When a photographer adjusts the legs, the locking collars will hold them in place. She threads a bolt through the collar ends and adds a quick release lever to the assembly. Then she fastens all the components in place. Next, she brings the legs together to form the tripod. She positions the bottom of the spider component on a specially designed support mechanism. She installs the legs and caps them with the top of the spider. Then she bolts everything in place. Next, a worker assembles the tripod head. She places plastic rings between the 3 main parts to ensure smooth and accurate adjustments. She installs leveling bubbles to help photographers accurately position their cameras. She adds the upper plate and the adjustment knobs. The plate screws into the camera, which conveniently mounts onto the tripod. Once the entire head assembly is complete, a worker carefully threads it onto the tripod column. The final step in the assembly process is to slide the column and head down through the spreader. A worker checks to ensure the mechanism is working correctly, then tightens the locking knob. The finished tripod is lightweight, compact, and durable. It'll keep the camera steady for anyone who wants to take portraits, profile architectural features, or capture panoramic landscapes. In the Swiss countryside, the cowbell is a traditional sight and sound. At Roundup, as the cows start walking, their bells clang and wake up the sleeping cows, telling them it's time to move. At pasture, if a cow wanders off from the herd, its bell alerts the farmer. Swiss cowbells also play a ceremonial role. Farmers adorn their prized livestock with them. The larger and more ornate the bell, the greater the farmer's pride in the animal. Finer cowbells are made by artisans, like this one in Switzerland. He starts by laying a template on a sheet of steel that's 2 to 3 millimeters thick, depending on the type of bell. With a plasma cutter, he cuts 2 pieces. Each will form half the bell. While each piece is still flat, he engraves a design using a hammer and burins of various sizes. A burin is a handled blade with a beveled tip. Next, he heats a spot, then stamps his logo and the bell size, according to a Swiss numbering system. Next stop, a gas-fired furnace. The 1800-degree Fahrenheit heat softens the metal, which he then lays in a forging press. The press closes, shaping the piece into half a cowbell. He repeats this process with a second piece to make the other half. Then he refines the shape and thickness using a variety of hammers. Forging each flat sheet into a half bell made lines on the sides. He now welds and then grinds those seams flat. He hammers every centimeter of each bell half to refine and purify the sound. It's time to weld the 2 halves together. He tacks them in place, then welds the entire seam. Later, he'll grind the weld line flush with the bell's surface. Next, he welds a steel handle to the top of the bell. This will hold the leather strap from which the cowbell will hang. Beneath the handle, on the inside, he welds on a V-shaped rod to hold the battle, the swinging hammer that strikes the bell's inner walls. On each side, he pierces 2 holes for rivets, where the bell halves cross over each other. With a torch and a forging tool, he shapes each top rivet until it's nice and round. Then he hammers each bottom rivet flat to make them unnoticeable. Here, he melts a brass bullet casing riveted area. That white powder is borax, a mineral that helps the soldering process. Adding this little bit of brass solidifies the fold and improves the bell's sound quality. The cowbell's construction is now complete. However, all that forging and welding has left dark spots on the steel. So the bell now goes for a 15-hour bath in hydrochloric acid. This cleaning makes the bell even-toned and shiny. A thorough washing removes the acid residue. Then it's into a basin of sawdust to dry. Sawdust absorbs water faster than cloths do. The engraved decorations don't show up well on the shiny surface, so the artisan brushes acid on strategic spots to oxidize the steel and create the illusion of relief. It takes tremendous skill to milk a beautiful cowbell out of an ordinary sheet of steel. But there's still the decorative leather strap, which is the job of a saddle maker. Some bells are simple, others elaborately decorated with baked-on enamel colors. Either way, a fine handcrafted cowbell will last for generations. Intersection, a Hollywood movie set, the outside of an airplane. It's hard to imagine any common ground among them until you flip a switch, a light switch. Traffic lights, movie lights, and aircraft lights are all made of the same type of special glass. It's called technical glass. Borosilicate glass has a low thermal expansion and is very durable. It's used in high-temperature applications and when abrasion resistance is important. It begins with a mix of silica sand and chemicals called batch. Workers shovel the batch and recycled glass called cullet into a pot furnace where they melt for 2 days. A variety of colorants are added to make hundreds of different colors. Next is on to the molding process. Workers heat a ring and transfer it to the top of a mold. Then they twist and turn a stick called a punty to gather some melted glass and carefully string it in the mold. A plunger squeezes the molten gob into shape. The glass solidifies in seconds. This glass lens is used as a landing light cover on an aircraft. They extract it from the mold for a quick inspection, any imperfections, and it gets recycled. If the lens is acceptable, it's held in a forming device to finalize the shape. The burner maintains the proper temperature of the ring. Once formed, the lenses are cooled in an annealing oven, which relieves unwanted stress in the glass. This circular mold makes theatrical and landscape lighting. Again, a gob of molten glass is dropped in the mold, and the plunger is depressed, forming the lens. Heat-resistant tongs enable workers to handle the hot lenses. Red and yellow lenses need a high-temperature anneal for the color to appear. This is called striking. Back on the molding line, special tools are used to ensure this aircraft lens maintains its shape. A quick spin on the light wheel illuminates any defects. After a trip through the annealing layer, the lenses are ready for further processing. The molding process for larger lenses can be more complicated. This large convex lens requires several gobs of molten glass, placed carefully on top of one another. The plunger enters into the molten glass, forming the lens. Deep ridges located in the plunger of the mold create the circular prisms on the glass lens. Within seconds, the lens is ready for extraction and inspection. Using heat-resistant mitts, workers scrutinize the glass from every angle, checking for small fractures or imperfections in the glass. Next, they inspect for flatness using a paper-thin plastic feeler. If it slides underneath, the lens is warped and unacceptable. They check the glass thickness in many locations using a calibrated thickness gauge. Any major defects, and they discard the lens. In the factory's finishing shop, they use a diamond saw to slice away excess glass around the periphery. A special sanding belt is used to smooth the surface to perfection. Then, with a cloth buffing wheel, they polish the glass to a shine. At last, the final inspection. Using calipers, they measure the lens's ridged edge, called the flange, to make sure the dimensions are correct. Producing such a colorful assortment of technical glass takes a lot of work, but at least there's light at the end of the tunnel. Conventional gas water heaters are only about 75% thermally efficient, but high-efficiency water heaters are up to 96% thermally efficient, meaning almost all the heat they generate gets transferred to the water. It's the unique heat exchanger that makes these water heaters so energy efficient. The heat exchanger resides in the center of the unit. It's made of steel pipe that goes through a process called mandrel bending. Mandrel bending prevents the 12-yard-long pipe from kinking as it turns into the shape of a coil. A welder fuses steel rods to the sides of the coil, making the flexible heat exchanger suitably ridged. Next, a machine pumps a ceramic enamel through the pipe from the bottom up to ensure full coverage. This coating protects the interior of the pipe against corrosion. It takes about 6 minutes to fully coat the inside of the pipe and drain the remaining liquid. It takes about 15 minutes inside a furnace for the coating to cure and become rock hard. Now it's time to seal the heat exchanger inside an inner tank. They first set it down on a base, then cover it with a steel enclosure. It's this inner tank that holds the hot water. The tank then goes into a vertical press that pushes it down onto the base. A computerized arc welding machine welds the tank together. A technician then pressurizes the tank with air, and using water, he checks for leaks until he's satisfied there are none. He then pumps ceramic enamel into the tank, and a tumble coating machine shakes up the corrosion-resistant enamel, fully coating the inside of the tank as well as the outside of the heat exchanger. A technician then inserts cold water inlet tubes into each tank. He also inserts aluminum anode rods to help protect the inside of the unit by absorbing corrosive elements in the water before they can attack the steel tank. After attaching all the plumber's fittings, he installs a second anode rod that gives the tanks double corrosion protection. Now they put on what's called a rolling foam stop that helps them fit a painted jacket over the shell and maintain it in place. Here they attach the gas valve that is used to light the burner. A painted cover then goes on the top of the jacket. They connect a blower to the tank. The blower is what expels the burner's spent gases to the outside air. The next step is to hook up a burner to the gas valve. This burner is what heats the air that goes through the heat exchanger, which in turn transfers its heat to the water. A technician now fills the cavity between the inner shell and outer jacket with high-density expanding foam. This foam insulation is about 2 inches thick and goes all around the circumference of the tank to prevent heat loss. The unit then gets a cosmetic cover that conceals the blower. Finally, a technician hooks up and tests each unit. He follows strict quality control standards, which guarantee that the burner and all the fittings and connections are working properly. Only then is the unit ready for shipping. High-efficiency water heaters can deliver all the hot water you need and save you money while they're at it. They come in different colors, different shapes and sizes, in flavors ranging from fruity to minty, from tart to tangy. Pretty much everyone enjoys sucking on a hard candy from time to time. For children and adults alike, these sweet treats are just irresistible. Our love of sweets goes back to the caveman, who delighted in eating honey from beehives. In ancient times, people indulged in treats made of honey-covered fruit and nuts. In the Middle Ages, Europeans made candy from boiled sugar. But the high cost of imported cane sugar restricted this delicacy to the wealthy. Candy finally became affordable for the masses in the 1800s, with the discovery of a new and domestic source of sugar, the sugar beet. These hard candies aren't mass-produced confections. They're gourmet candies, custom-made and crafted by hand. The candy maker starts by bringing a pot of sugar and water to a boil. Then he adds glucose, a thick syrup made from starch. He heats the mixture to a specific temperature, depending on what type of candy he's making, and lets it cook for about a half hour. Then he stirs in liquid flavoring. Once the mixture is evenly blended, he pours it onto a cooling table. The candy maker has several flavorings at his disposal, from eucalyptus oil to fruit flavors. He also chooses from a wide range of food colorings. This candy will have a strawberry design in the middle, so he and his assistants are working with 3 colors: green for the leaves, red for the berry, and yellow for the background. To enhance the flavor, they add citric acid. Then they keep blending until the candy has cooled down and hardened enough to be malleable. They separate the pieces by color and put each piece on a heated table to slow the hardening process so that the candy will remain pliable. Now they create the design. They form various shapes and sizes, and like a puzzle, put the pieces together to make a jumbo version of the candy design. Once they've assembled the red berry and green leaves and yellow background, they roll on more yellow background. Then a layer of red for the outside trim. All that's left is to reduce this giant wad of candy into a bite-sized version. To do that, the candy maker pinches one end and stretches it out to form a long, uniform strand called a rod. He cuts the rod into pieces almost 2 feet long, but he has to keep rolling them until they cool and harden, or else they'll go flat. When the rod is just the right diameter, the design is in perfect proportion. All they have to do now is cut candy-sized pieces. They use the same technique to make kiwi candy, pink grapefruit candy, and banana candy, to name just a few varieties. Want to order up some candy with a personalized message? Here's an L, an O, a V, an E, a Y, O, and U. Again, they create a yellow background and red trim. Then it's more pinching, pulling, rolling, and cutting, until the rods are down to just the right size. If you look at the back end of each rod, you'll see the lettering is in reverse. That'll be the underside of the candy. When the raw candy comes off the cooling table, it's transparent. To make it opaque or lighten the color, they'll pull it on a hook. Here, they intertwine two colors and feed the rod through a special machine that forms bands of pillow-shaped candies. After cooling, they simply break them apart by hand. If you're no sucker for hard candies, no problem. They can also twist rods into lollipops. If you have any comments about the show, or if you'd like to suggest topics for future shows, drop us a line at sciencechannel.com/howitsmade. Although hard pretzels are more common, this company makes the more traditional soft-baked ones. To make enough dough for 4,870 pretzels, a worker first blends shortening, sugar, and salt in a huge mixer. The machine automatically adds yeast, corn syrup, 1,638 gallons of cold water, and 760 pounds of flour. The cold water helps make the dough elastic, so workers can shape it before it hardens. A worker then opens the mixer and slows the blades to help the dough fall out. He splits the batch on a table, then creates chunks that go into a tank called a hopper. It feeds an auger that channels the dough chunks through little guillotines. The blades chop the chunks into 2.5-ounce balls to make small pretzels, or 5-ounce balls for large pretzels. Two conveyor belts squeeze 15.5-inch long segments called noodles. Another machine now grabs the ends of each noodle and twists the ends over each other to create the pretzel's 3 signature holes. Another machine now grabs the ends of each noodle and twists the ends over each other to create the pretzel's 3 signature holes. To keep this knot from unraveling, the plate then gently flips the pretzel dough onto another plate below. That plate carefully flips the dough creations onto a 118-foot-long conveyor belt. The raw pretzels now travel on the conveyor for 14 minutes, the time it takes for the dough to rise. Next, they move through showers of liquid sodium hydroxide, heated to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. That seals in the moisture, so the pretzel will be chewy when you eat it. They go into an oven that's about the length of a city bus. As they enter, flames sear and harden the outside. This prevents the bottom from sticking to the mesh conveyor belt during baking. After about 3.5 minutes at 560 degrees Fahrenheit, the pretzels are piping hot and golden brown. They drop onto a long conveyor, where they gradually cool on their way to the next step, a trip through a freezer that's longer than 7 Olympic-sized swimming pools. After 30 minutes at minus 18 degrees Fahrenheit, the pretzels are rock solid and ready for packaging. But first, a camera scans them so that a computer can track each pretzel and guide a robotic arm to pick it up. This arm is one of 5 that operates at separate points on the line. The robots process 1 pretzel per second and clean up after each other until the belt is picked clean. The pretzels then fall through a sliding gate, landing on a conveyor that whisks them off to the next step. There, a machine drops a packet of coarse salt into each bin of 6 pretzels. A mechanical arm nudges the pretzels over to make room for it. The salt packet lets you season your pretzel the traditional way before warming it up at home. The machine blows open plastic bags with compressed air. Mechanical arms push the pretzels and salt packet inside.
Good morning, Igor. Good morning, Asku. Good morning, Scared Milk. Good morning, Street Rider.
A robot arm then places each bag into a cardboard box. The printing on this package displays the company logo, the nutritional content, the production date, and the heating instructions.
Do you think Tiff is up
So the
yet?
next time you're looking for a
morning,
salty
Nino.
snack, don't tie yourself up in knots. Just have a
What does
pretzel
chat
instead.
think? Does chat think Tiff is awake? Yes or no?
Machinery pulls the steel ribbons through an oven, which heats them to a searing 1832 degrees Fahrenheit. The steel then enters a cooling chamber, followed by another oven. The temperature extremes change the steel's molecular structure. It becomes harder and stronger.
Good morning,
The steel
Davis. Good morning,
rewinds
Cotton.
and then
Good morning,
unwinds
Boy.
between grinding stones that hone the
Glad to
edge
have
into
ya.
a very sharp Gothic arch profile. They're now ready to break the steel into individual blades.
Tiff is up.
A mechanical
Guess what
punch
I'm gonna wear
snaps
today?
it, and it breaks cleanly.
Thank you.
With the skewer holding the blades in
Guess what
alignment,
I'm gonna wear
the
today?
technician scrutinizes
To
the
Six
edges
Flags.
for any defects.
Guess which shirt, chat? What does
After
chat think?
applying coatings to prevent rust and add durability,
I'll give
they
you a
bake the
hint.
blades in a special
It's
furnace.
a shirt.
This binds the coatings to the blades.
It's a t-shirt.
At another station, they transform plastic pellets into the razor cartridges.
Hehe.
This machine melts the pellets
Maybe it's a bad
and
idea.
injects the liquid plastic into molds as pressure
It's
is
Six
applied.
Flags Day.
The plastic solidifies into the
Clothes.
shape of razor cartridges.
Besser, I'm wearing it right now, so I can't wear it. Yes, the spaghetti shirt. I'm going to wear the spaghetti shirt. Is that a bad idea, do you think? If it's white? Wait, maybe I shouldn't. If it's white? Do you think it's gonna like get dirty or something? Uh-oh. Hi, Beam. Can I wear this to an amusement park? It's gonna be like 70 degrees all day or something. So I can just wear like a shirt and pants and shorts and call it good. Hopefully it doesn't make it dirty. But yes, spaghetti shirt. I must show off my spaghetti fashion. Pretty cool if you ask me. Like, it's so white. Supreme! Fucking Supreme! Oh well, I'll still wear it. Or should I wear Besser? I'll do a pull. Pull time, pull time. What should I wear to Six Flags? Spaghetti. Supreme spaghetti. Besser. Okay. I think the color of the shirt matters. You know? Let's see if Tiff is awake. Please vote in the poll to decide what to wear. I don't think Tiff is awake. It's tied. Chat, why is it tied? Dear chat. How could this happen? Where's my spaghetti? No! Good morning, Tiff. Art thou awake? Okay, spaghetti. Spaghetti wants, chat wants me to look drippy at Six Flags today. Got the drip. Got the drip. Drip. Oh my god. Okay. I'm going to change into the shirt and then we'll go get ready for the day. Have fun.
The cartridge mounts along a
Ooh.
circular feeder.
What
The
is
feeder
that?
orients them front side up, and
Blades.
then funnels them into the next machine.
Interesting. Okay.
This one resembles an
I could
octopus
change
with
my
numerous
shirt.
tentacles.
Ah,
The
I'm a
tentacles are robots.
ghost.
The first one places
Spaghetti
the cartridges in a
Supreme is
fixture on a
Pog.
revolving table.
Yes. Okay.
As the
I think it'll be
cable
fine.
turns, it serves
I was
up the
envisioning
cartridges
it-
to the next
it
robots
all
in the
along.
assembly line.
My spaghetti shirt is
In quick succession,
the way to go.
these robots snap a total of 5 blades into
Oh, I
the
have to pay
cartridges.
rich in cash. I gotta remember
By
that.
now, the holes used to move the blades through the assembly
Okay,
process
chat.
have been trimmed off. And it's a perfect
Sheesh.
fit. They now
Sheesh.
place back casings
We
in front
got
of
the
the
drip
cartridges and install pieces
today.
of metal on the parts.
Sheesh, Roni.
The metal pieces are sacrificed.
I will teach
items.
chat a hack. Sorry. I will teach chat a fashion hack that Tiff taught me. Clap. Thank you. Ready for it? Art thou ready? So, if your shirt is too big, this XMG People G, if your shirt is too big, you're gonna roll it up outwards. Okay, roll it up outwards to your desired length. Okay, so I want to do it like here. Okay, so I rolled it, and then you have a little tail in the back. Okay, so you have a tail in the back, and then you tie it up. Right. Tie it up. Okay, so it's like that, and then you tuck it in. Tuck. It's like magic. And then ta-da! Your shirt is not too big, and you're ready to rumble. What does chat think? Wow. Looks good, right? Wheatcraft! It's very critical that this is flipped outwards. So then it looks nice and neat. Yeah. Nice. Thank you. Pretty good deal if you ask me. Okay. I guess, I don't know if Tiv is awake. Do I go wake her up or no? Paul! Good morning, Aaron
Sole
Bent.
purpose is to be sacrificed to
Cool.
corrosive forces to save the blades. After that, robots flip the back casings, then transfer them to the
Chat
cartridge
decides
blades
my
and
life.
put them into place.
Very exciting.
The
Please
cartridge
vote in the
blades are
poll.
now fully assembled.
Teeth! Teeth, please wake up! I want to go to Six Flags. But I feel bad because she has a party at 8 p.m. today. So what if she's like really exhausted? We can sleep in the car. We'll sleep in the car ride home. You know? I lost my left ear pod. Anyone relate? It's just like empty. Hopefully it's on the ground somewhere. So what am I supposed to bring for the car ride? Oh, chat! Would chat wanna watch me do this? It's like a powdery candy thing. Poppin' cooking. I need to. It's been on my desk forever. I just need to do it. And you make sushi, and then you can eat it. It's like mini sushi. Maybe I'll do it sometime. Pretty cute. So we're gonna drive to no, Subway to Rich's apartment, which is in New Jersey, and then something fun, something different. Yes. And so that's an hour away from Six Flags. Yes, you would see it? Okay, we'll do it on stream. Maybe after Mayo Hair or something. Ah, today is the cursed Mayo Hair day. I am scared. That'll be fun. I think. New Jersey Transit. Don't mind if I do. Let's see how much cash I have for Rich. I need $80. I don't have that much. I have all these ones, chat. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 7, 25. Okay. I now have $1 of cash left. No, my cash! Does the city that you live in require a lot of cash? I feel like it's like mostly like just New York. Like a lot of places in Chinatown like don't let you pay in credit cards, so you gotta get the cash. No cash. That's nice. It'd be nice to just like do credit all the time. But thankfully my ATM card does not charge me if I use an ATM. They like refund me. It's very cool. Yeah, that's true, CJ. Cash very rare. Very nice. Yes, I do love my restaurants. That must be it. Okay, I'm gonna go wake up Tiff. Should I go wake up Tiff? Let's go do it. Oh, I feel bad. What if she's really tired? Oh, do you think, is it mean? I don't know. Yeah, only my credit card. Yeah, but yeah, thankfully, I can just go to the ATM if I don't have cash. Cause I used to be annoyed that I would have to pay like a $2.50 ATM fee, but now that I don't have to, I'm like la-di-da-di-da. I don't have to carry cash. I'll be just fine. It's very cool. Okay. Yeah, she said that she'd be down to leave at 9, right? And it's almost 9. Okay. We gotta get our tickets worth, chat. It's gonna rain today. It's raining at 4 p.m. So we gotta. I need a woo, and I need to eee. Yeah, she's going to the park today with me. Okay, let's see here. Yeah. I need to hypers it up. Okay, ready, chat? I will go wake up Tiff. I hope she's not mad at me. Tiff. Chat, what do I do? Tiff. I don't know what to do, chat. Tiff. How do I wake her up? Tiff. 6? Nice. Glasses, thank you. Tiff. Doing no. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm disrupting her. No, I feel like it's mean. What if I'm like really loud, and then she's, maybe I'll just like be naturally loud in the bathroom, and then she'll wake up. How about that? I'll just try to think. La la la, la la la. Oh, what a lovely day. I'm ready for Six Flags. La la la, la la la. That could work, I think. Oh. Let us get ready for the day. Eyes are swollen, as always. Okay. Let me open up chat. Okay. I'll just make a lot of ruckus. La la la. La la la. Like, what if I was just like really loud, and then Tiff couldn't get good sleep because of me, and then I do the audacity to wake her up. Like, that'd be audacity. That'd be audacious, right? Quite audacious of me. Okay. My eyes are very red. Okay. Okay. Step 1 is brushing my teeth. I'm so bad at conflict. Hi, Wave Groover. Dance, dance. Glad to have you here. It is groovy today. Groovy, groovy. Groovy, groovy. Okay. Audacious, yeah. 9. Like, we don't have to, like, the original plan was to leave at 10, but we want to leave it early as possible. That was a long time, chat. That was a good brush. Good brush, good brush. Black. Black. Cow black. Black. Have our report, there's no signs of life by then. Clean. Okay, I'll go knock if I finish getting ready. So, my skin looks a little better from the skincare routine yesterday. Wait, does it actually work? Like, there's less bumps. That'd be cool if it actually worked. Look at my forehead. I still have a little zit, but maybe it does work. Normal length? That seemed abnormally long. I could never do that. What's up close so I understand? Clean! Like, I'm pretty sure it is cleaner than before. Great. Okay, I'm putting my contacts. Contacts-a-roni. Contacts-a-roni. A-roni. Clean-a-roni. London. I heard this alarm go off. I think we're Gucci. Okay. Great. Clean. Oh no, of course, no problem, Morgoth. Sleep is very important. And you were up for so long. It is no problemo at all. I'm glad you got rest. Okay. Heartbeat. Contacts can seem very scary, but they're not too bad. Okay. Thank you, Jimmy, for the follow. Jimmy boy. Contacts. Okay, I see. That makes sense. I'm gonna get my brush real quick. Okay. There will be mayo in this hair in less than 24 hours. Isn't that disturbing? Literally mayo hair. Good morning, Androras. Good morning, Loud. Yes, I slept. I feel pretty good. Okay. So, how did you sleep? Did you sleep well? I hope. Good morning, Naked Panda. Happy Saturday. Glad to have you here. Okay. Now we will do the makeup routine. Perfecto. Utter perfecto. Ugh. First is my eyebrows. Fill the bad boys in. They're getting filled. Poggers. Okay, nice. Okay, good enough. It's zombie? No! Okay, more rest. Get more rest. It's Saturday, so you deserve to treat yourself. Aren't you? But you have to clean today, right? That's no fun. Good luck with the cleaning. No zombie. Oh, I think Dave is awake. I hear something. I hear the movements. Beep bop boop bop. Okay. And then first letter, why of course. But if it's like the plan that you said, I don't think so, unfortunately. Give me a second. Of course, Androras. XM Veg. Very important. Very, very important. Okay, is that good? skin is not clear. Like, I need to get better at it. Oh well. Yeah. No, yeah, I think for somebody else, the person itself would have to redeem it. Unfortunately. Okay. The eyes. The eyes up. Mm-hmm. Pretty clear. I think it might be the... Yeah, TV's awake. Very funny. I think it might be like the, what is it? The cam has like some filter or something. XM Emo is back. XM Emo. I go underneath the eye. Okay. You like the smut? Lucky! Good morning, Lucky. How are you? Good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday. We are doing our morning routine. Getting ready for the day. Okay. And then last step is my nose. My nose contour. Nose. Mod check nose. But now we found the nose. Coolio. Oh my god. My nose is kind of fucked up. Okay. Great. Brush teeth, eat waffles. Black magic? Maybe because like from the side you can't really like, you can see the curl. From the front you can't. True black magic. I'll also be a little fancy today and use my eyebrow splitter. I use my eyelash splitter. Today's a fancy day. Okay, great. And my floss goes into the bag. I'll also do some blush or something. Blush, 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 blush. I haven't been doing the sparkle. I need to do sparkle as well. Okay. Blush. Some. Yes. That's so true. The priorities are very important. Androras, follow what thy heart desires. If thy heart desires a cat bopping his head, that's perfect. Amen. Okay. It's for Fright Night. I don't think we bought the ticket. I think the ticket is just the rides, but that's good because then maybe there's less people on the rides and like more people at Fright Night, and so then it'll be okay. Okay, I'm done. Let's start the day. Hey. That was a little weird. No, Jordan. Blanket. My blanket. Okay. Yay. Of life into no. Okay. Done. No, yeah, you okay? No, Choras. No. Please tell us if you need anything. And that'd be so sad if that happened. Okay. Okay, chat. I think lines are probably long. Oops. Yeah, that's why we wanted to get Fast Pass, but the Fast Pass all sold out. I look kind of rough. Okay, chat. Let us decide what to do before I go. Okay. Let's do a quick poll. I'm going to wait for Tiff to get ready. Chatting. Yeah, it's mirrored. So this is my left hand. Before I leave, read my joy book, do my coloring book, play some Galaxy. Okay, vote. Real life, I gotta do so I want. Some of the drama friends that I have to kill my condition. Oh, I have to be but just hard to Oh no, not the long distance. I'm sorry, Enjoras. Balancing job and friends. Very difficult. Somehow balance. And you have to sleep too. I think your true friends would understand if, chat, vote in the poll, please. I think your true friends would understand if you have to, like, rest, right? I would hope. It's like, oh, I have to take a break. And then they would come back for you. Go on. That is a lot to take care of. I'm sorry, Enjoras. Italian's Wonderland. Oh, that sounds great. And then I don't even know how to like long distance is so hard. I applaud you for doing it, you know. Yeah, that's good. Pray, Jerome. I'm glad you have the weekend to help. Okay, chat. Thank you for the votes. Keep voting. They're very close. I see we have some good options here. Joy Book or Galaxy? What does chat think? Yeah, good luck. Look into us. Ontario? Oh, my Joy Book? Okay. Should we do that? Okay, I haven't... it's from the library. And, okay, we're gonna do peaceful morning music. How does it sound? Oh, that's nice. Oh my god, yes. Okay. 3-year anniversary! Congrats! Tiff is vacuuming this morning. How funny. Okay, The Book of Joy. How to be joyful. I literally like read the freaking oh dear, I didn't do that. I read the table of contents and I was already like wowed. So okay, how should I do this? How should I film my book? Okay, let me do like my phone camera. Welcome to Extra Emily's reading. And then we can discuss. Yeah, 3 years. Okay. So. Hi, Deza. Like, even the freaking table of contents is reading a joyful book before I leave. Okay. Just ignore this cache over here. What should I do? Okay. So, here are the table of contents. Look! The nature of true joy. So basically, these two people met up and talked about being joyful and stuff, and then shared their wisdoms with the world. I think the most, like, I think this part's really cool. The obstacles to joy. You are a masterpiece in the making. Fear, stress, and anxiety, I'd be very nervous. Frustration and anger, I would shout. Sadness and grief, the hard times knit us more closely together. Despair, the world is in such these are the obstacles to joy. Despair, the world is in such turmoil. Loneliness, no need for introduction. Envy, the guy goes past yet again in his Mercedes Benz. Suffering and adversity, passing through difficulties. Illness and fear, death, I prefer to go to hell. Interesting. And then the 8 pillars of joy are perspective, there are many different angles. Humility, I try to look humble and modest. Humor, laughter, joking is much better. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha, laugh, laugh, laugh. Acceptance, the only place where change can begin. Forgiveness, freeing ourselves from the past. Gratitude, I am fortunate to be alive. Compassion, something we want to become. Generosity, we are filled with joy. Oh, isn't that so cool? Ha ha ha. Me and my humor. Ha ha ha. I think for today's for today before our Six Flags thing, we can just do some joy practices. I feel like that's quick and easy. So let's see. Some joy practices. Oh my god, it's such a long chapter. I always read like about these joy practices, and then I like read it, but I never like shucks, I'm honored. I never like put it into work. Like I read a ton of books, not a ton. I read books and I don't do anything with the knowledge. Like I just kind of read it and then just forget it. Okay. Developing mental immunity, morning intention setting, overcoming the obstacles to joy, cultivating the 8 pillars of joy, determination. I forget. Okay. Laughing at ourselves to develop humor. The fourfold path of forgiveness, compassion meditation, compassion of prayer, compassion of fast, generosity practices. Let's do relationship and community the greatest joy. Aww, that's cute. Let's do cultivating laughter. I want to laugh. Perfect for chant. Based off what chat said. Okay. Okay. Laughing at ourselves to develop humor. Humor seems like something that is spontaneous and natural and cannot be cultivated, but the ability to laugh at ourselves and see the rich ironies and funny realities in our lives is actually, like perspective, something that we can learn with practice over time. I don't know what that means at all. Okay, and natural. Okay, laugh at ourselves. Think of one of your limitations, human faults, or foibles. I haven't heard that word in so fucking long. Foibles. Think of something about yourself that is actually quite funny when you can have some perspective. The Dalai Lama can laugh at his limited English. The archbishop can laugh at his big nose. What can you laugh at about yourself? Foibles. When you can laugh at yourself, you will let others feel closer to you. Inspire them to accept their own limitations, faults, and foibles. One of my limitations, actually quite funny. I didn't read the perspective chapter. How do I know? I can laugh at my inability to game. Like, sometimes I'm just like really bad at games and it's laughable. So I like that. I like to laugh at. Does that count? I'm bad at games first try. That's good. Ha ha ha. But then that makes good content. One of my limitations is that I can't clean. They feel like they're bad at games. You think so? Yeah, I guess like if I'm just not good at it first try, I feel like I'm bad at it. Tiff, good morning. Yeah, then cry, exactly. I'm really bad at putting away my dishes and doing doing adult stuff. That's one of my huge human faults. Tiff, good morning to Logan. Glad to have you here. How art thou? Buckaroo. Pretty pog at some games. Next, laugh at yourself. The next time you are in a situation where you act in a funny way or say something in a funny way or are just less than perfect, chuckle at yourself and make a joke out of it. Humor is one of the best ways to end conflict, especially when you are able to make fun of yourself or admit that you're overacting or being silly. When you get mad or angry, upset, where you act in a funny way or say something in a funny way. It seems from this, it looks like it like is not really that serious, right? So maybe not when you're mad or angry. It's just like, oh, when something like small happens, it's like, haha, just like laugh at it. Don't take it too seriously. Not arrive at eventually. Yeah, I laugh at myself. Nice, Androras. Laugh at life. The next time you are delayed or something does not go your way, try being amused by the situation rather than getting angry or outraged. You will notice how your amusement puts others at ease and can often smooth the situation. Similarly, when you encounter certain ironies in your day-to-day life, try to see the humor. That's so hard. Bitch, if I like this is impossible. So like if something angers me, I try to be amused by the situation. Doesn't that mean, like, this is hard because then does that mean I don't take it seriously or what? It's kind of hard to be like humorous. I guess I try to see the humor. Interesting. Okay. What else is there? Let's do some gratitude one. Gratitude is nice. I saw that thing. Journaling for gratitude. I'll try to like make it more humorous. It was hard to get mad, but then, oh, that's good. With family, it's a little harder. Okay. So like for me, if I find something, I guess it does make sense. Like, let's say like my whole work situation, for example. If I kind of just like, but that's bad. Like if I laugh at it, I'm like, it's fine. I'm not scared or anything. But then what if like I end up like not taking it seriously? But in the end, everything works out just fine. So it's hard. So humor the situation, yeah, exactly. And to make it humorous. Maybe it's not that serious. I can make it humorous. I'll ponder on that one. Okay. Journaling for gratitude. Gratitude, as we have seen, is an extremely important part of joy because it allows us to savor life and to recognize that most of our good fortune in life comes from others. issues when you being judged into it. Like, think that's good about is violence. Oh, so no judgment. Just take it as it comes. Token. Ooh. To expand it, you can go back to the humility practice, which also involves gratitude and appreciation for all those who have made it possible for you to be you. Oh, that's great. Good night. Have a great day, Androras. Of course. Have a great Saturday. You are frustrated and making humor, especially if it's out of your control, you can take away the frustration. Yeah. I'll just be like, wait, why am I so frustrated? I'm just trying to chill, you know? So it's a good way to like check yourself and to not feel too bad, right? To expand it, you can go back to the humility practice as well. The gratitude practice below is meant to be one you can do daily to help you appreciate large and small blessings. Thank you, Street Rider. I appreciate it. This practice can also be done at the end of the day, reflecting on whether you fulfilled the intention you set in the morning. You can also do this practice together with a spouse or friend. Close your eyes and recall 3 things from your day for which you are grateful. It can be anything from the kindness and generosity of a friend, to the bounty of a meal, to the warmth of the sun, to the beauty of a night sky. Try to be as specific as you can be in recalling what you are grateful for. Okay. Three things that I'm grateful for. 1. I'm grateful for chat for allowing me to be here, and we still have 2 hours left. Chat, I am the most grateful for chat. Chat is too generous to me. Good morning, Elamai. Glad to have you here. Is for me? Yes. Thank you, chat. I can't believe it is this. It still astounds my mind. I am very, very, very grateful that I'm gonna start crying. That I have a community that is so supportive and always wants to see the best for me and worries about me, and I just feel very blessed. I feel like that is so unique. That chat is just so nice to me. So thank you. Oh my god, I am going to start crying. Like, it's very crazy, actually. So thank you for all the support and for caring about me and for always having my back. It's very, very sweet. So that's one thing. Second thing, 3 things from your day for which you are grateful. Heart. I'm grateful. I'm also grateful for my comfy bed. I love my bed because I just woke up. My bed is very comfortable. I like being able to sleep on my bed. Bed, XM bed. So it's pretty. Good morning, John. It's pretty crazy that I get to sleep on a bed with a bed frame. I feel grateful that I get to do so. Yes, and I have nice rest. Third, I'm grateful for my thick, juicy butt. Just kidding. It's not very thick and juicy. I'm grateful for Sussy. Yeah, Sussy. I'm grateful for a lot of things. Tiff is a great roommate and always provides me with help, and she's very wise. And yeah, XM Tiff. She is such an adult and inspires me to be a better person. Tiff! Yay, Drake. There she is. Yeah, and she always feeds me. Always gives me so much food. And I love food. So, I'm very grateful. Yay! I hope chat was able to say 3 things you're grateful for as well. What is chat grateful for? 2. Write these 3 things down in a journal. While you can do this exercise in your head, keeping a list of what you are grateful for has been shown to have many physical and emotional benefits over time. Each time you journal, try to write down 3 different things. Variation is key to effective gratitude journaling. Down 3 different things. That's interesting. Oh, I'm honored. Oh, shucks. Very, very sweet. Lovely. Yes, gratefulness is key. So, and food. Delicious. We do love food. Chad, I'm hungry. Should I go eat a bagel? Maybe I should eat a bagel before Six Flags. Isn't the Six Flags, like, food really expensive? Horrible? It's okay, Scared Milk. It is just a gradual thing that you could slowly get better at. So, like, I'm pretty sure, what is it? Amusement park food? Yeah, they are moldy. Should I eat my Chipotle now? I'll eat some Chipotle right now. I think that should be good, right? Leftover Chipotle. So, yay, Scared Milk! I'm so glad to hear that. That makes me happy. Yes, Tiff? Yes. Let me do the dishes. Dishes time. Okay, then I'm gonna eat the Chipotle, I think. Reading is quite fun. But I need to make more time for it. Okay. Let's do it. Put the dishes in the bowl. Okay, wait, what? Put the dishes. Yeah, I did, we know. This is called the Book of Joy. By Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu. I got it from the library. I have to return it soon. Word, amen, yeah. Yeah, I haven't actually read it, but I like the table of contents. I thought it looked nice, so I was like, I want to read it. I just haven't had time to read it yet. Like later. But as you get older, more you start to lose, you realize you're better. Oh, that's so deep, so meaningful. Okay, so let's put this away. So my dishwasher doesn't have a lock, which is where I can. Has the book given you joy? I haven't really read it yet. Magical crab. Hopefully it does, or hopefully it sheds some insight. So, oh, sorry. Okay. Cookies. The knife that made people smile. We need people's smile check. This is safe, right? If I put this here. Oops, sorry, my hair. I hope this is safe, just to put the knife there. And then forks away.
Because I'm gonna run like a half load.
What did you say?
Like I'll
Okay.
put it on.
Sounds good. This is from my ramen that I made. I am grateful for our dishwasher. Some apartments don't have dishwashers, right? So I'm grateful that I don't have to do dishes. Go smile. What am I? Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, like what the fuck? Oops. Did I break it? One second. I'm wearing this, like a t-shirt.
Shorts.
Yeah, and shorts. Because it's 70 degrees, I think.
Is this the camera?
Yes.
The weather's so weird. Like it's like cold, but then it's like 80 degrees.
So I think it's gonna be warm. So I think shirt and shorts is good.
I'm confused.
can get girls. Wow, that's so smart. I'll wash your dishes for you. I'm using an app called IV Cam Thrill. Good morning. 50 turns. 1 second. Okay. Yes. Poggers, chat. Poggers. Poggers. I am washing my hands. Imagine if I'm like that person who like eats the soap. Should I do it? Should I try the soap? No, I don't want to. That's too disturbing. Okay. Ew. Imagine doing that. Okay, let's heat up some Chipotle. Peepo smile reveal. Oh, I can't believe I keep eating. I like how her tail shakes. It's like a little caterpillar. Little tail. Do you think cats, like, do you think animals know when their tail is shaking? Does that mean she's happy like a dog or no? Hello? Hello, Lincoln. Oh, very cute. That's a dog. Hi, Firebird Sweet. No. Maybe airplane 50. 50 turn Mario parties. How lovely. Okay. Keep a smile. Are you rotting? Are you okay, buddy? Why does he look like scarier than before? He looks kind of terrifying, like his eyes. He looks better with the light on, you know. That's all I gotta say. The light's on inside him. How do I make sure that it doesn't go dry? Eat some cake. Good morning, Firebird Sweet. It's been going well. Glad to have you here. We've done a lot of fun stuff. So today I'm going to Six Flags, but I have to end the stream, unfortunately. Can I just eat it cold? I feel like the microwave is gonna be dry, so I might just eat it cold. It's good. Looks very good. Let's get a taste. Okay, maybe I need to microwave it. It's like not very good. Butter? I would, I don't have butter. That's smart though. It's microwaving. It's microwaving. My microwave dance. Microwaving. Are you gonna eat anything?
I don't know. Let's see if I can.
Microwave dance. Yeah, eating it cold would not be good.
Do you want to grab bread? Oh, you're cute.
Yeah, I'll go with you though. We'll get bread. Because the food at Six Flags is pretty expensive, I think. Okay. How does it look? Tiff does have Twitch. Tiff's Twitch is TUFF_tofu. Do I have a Tiff command? Wee. Yeah, she the last time she streamed, it's been a few months, I think. But yeah, she does stream. So walking out and dancing. Gotta join the dance. Dance. Microwave dance. Dance. Yeah, no Tiff command. I gotta add it. But yeah, Tiff tough_tofu. Pretty good. I love my sour cream. It's perfect. Thank you, Tolkien. Mukbang? For sure. Try to do a 50 nugget mukbang again. La 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 la. You think so, John? That sounds fun. Is it mukbang where you just like sit and eat and talk? Or is it like ASMR? My God. Yeah, he's gonna be so mad. Oh, wait, is it ASMR? Lots of food and fun. That'd be fun. I don't know what we would eat. We should eat like a huge pizza or something. Devour a pizza. No, okay. So it's like a nice chill time to just eat and enjoy the food. Nom, 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 nom. Tiff's in the bank. It's Six Flags Day. Six Flags Day. Yay! Yeah. Hi, Joy. Thank you for the follow. I feel like if it was just eating, I would want like some gameplay in the background. I need to be more comfortable with like just sitting and eating during a stream. I always feel like I need to be doing something. So, thank you. Good morning. Glad to have you here. But yes, thank you, chat, for accompanying me on this journey and for such a crazy subathon so far still. Thank you, thank you. My happy sour cream dance. Sour cream. Sour cream. Should I drink my milk? I don't think milk. 10/17. What day is it? Wait. Sell by? Can I still drink this? 10/17. 16. Oh, perfect. Thank you. I should just do my cereal. I'm gonna do my cereal thing right now. 9.9. Yes, Q. Let's eat some morning cereal. Chat. Oh, this is crazy because no. You are here for a monumental experience. This is my first time ever making cereal on stream, and you get to, because last time I tried, I like spilled the Reese's Puffs and stuff, but this time you can see it. Are you ready? Let me walk through my process. Yeah, we don't talk about that. First, grab your bowl. It's coming. Yeah. Hi, Sully. Oh no. Yeah, am I gonna throw up? Yep. Okay. For your cereal, pour the milk into the bowl. I'm ready. That's a good amount. See, this is nice because then you can tell how much milk you're pouring. So now you know like all the milk, how much milk you have, right? That's really good. And then you put it into the microwave, and this is not that much. This is not that much milk, so we're microwaving for maybe 15 seconds.
In the next 10 minutes?
15 seconds. There it
I
is.
don't know what time it is right now.
It is 9:40-ish.
Yeah, so yeah.
Okay. The bowl burns your hand. Okay. See, so it's not even that warm.
Brittany's running, right? Like, it always runs? Okay, cool.
Okay, so now it's nice and not cold.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
And then I get my...
Please don't forget the brats. Thank you so much.
My puffs. And then, chat, are you impressed? And I take this and I pour it into the bowl.
Are you ready to do the minutes?
Yes. Ta-da! Open up the teeth, chat. What do you think? Hello, VLC. We're going to end so bad. Yeah, big box. Thank you for the 3 splits. Hi, VLC. How are you? Why'd you write? Oh no, I got this box from a charity thing. So I donated and I got a free. I got a bag of puffs. Very cute. Reese's filled too. Yeah, so milk first because I have to microwave the milk. The milk cannot be cold. You know? And then I put the Reese's Puffs away. I'm just gonna use a fork for now. I dip it, and it's ready to rumble. Isn't that perfect, chat? It looks great. Okay, I feel like this might be a little stale, but that is how you make extra Emily cereal the extra Emily way. Ta-da! I know. I'm like, okay. Ta-da! Any claps? Warm milk? Warm milk is good. Now it's a nice cereal to milk ratio. Okay. So, let's taste test it. I don't like Reese's Puffs. It's not sweet enough. At least Lucky Charms are sweet. I live, breathe, and eat Lucky Charms. Tiff, we're going to the bakery before? I go to the bakery?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a bread.
Okay. Let me get ready.
Do you have like $5 cash?
I only have 81. But I'm paying rich in cash for the ticket.
But do you have like any change?
Only $1. Like I can give it anytime.
I think I have. I'll check.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Lucky Charms are the best. Huh. Goodbye, Chipotle. I think we're done. Oh, sorry. I'm listening to morning music right now. Nice morning music. The best is a stretch. What I say was the best? Wait, can you say that time thing again? Where it's like, time this, time that. When will you make time for me? Kobe. I'm ready to rumble, chat. Yeah, I only took one bite, but then I have to finish the cereal fast. We gotta speed run it. Mm. I'll send you the playlist through in the chat. 1 second. Okay. So after you finish the cereal, you have to drink the milk. Okay, so I'm drinking the milk now. I still have some Reese's left. I kind of do like a mix of both. A little mix of eat and drink. Yes, Connor, I'm going fast. Ta-da! Done with the cereal. And with that, breakfast has been served. Yay, chat! We did it! Oh, happy day, happy day! Clap, clap, clap. The shits? You think so, Pablo? I can... Oh, is it okay?
I gotta run the wash.
Okay, okay. That's okay. I will... Chant! We're ready for the day. Clean Rooney. Top 25? Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Nope. Clean run. XM clean. Thank you very much. Yeah, 2 hours left. Crazy, crazy. I think I'm gonna come back at 8. 2 hours. I'll keep chat updated in the announcements. No! I think 8 p.m. I come back to do Mayo hair. So Mayo hair is tonight at 8, I think. Wow. Yes, Q, thank you. But with that, chat, I think we're going to go get ready for lovely Six Flags now. Preach. I hope this morning... Oh, playlist, yes. This morning stream was fun. I appreciate ya. 16 hours, so crazy. Don't throw up? Oh, don't worry, I will not throw up. I freaking love roller coasters. So I will savor... Oh my god, I'll tell chat all about it. Maybe I'll take some videos. Can I film myself while like on the roller coaster? I'll be like, ah! So, good morning, Snowmar. Glad to have ya. For 17 months. That's me. Tier 3, 17 months. 6, 12, 18. Okay, I have to really make the 18-month badge soon. I need to make it gold. No in real live stream VLC, but I'll be back at 8 p.m. right now. Hello, Jamie. You're Rise and Shine. 1 year. You're so close. Q, you're at 9 months. Okay. And with that, chat, I think we can still chill a little bit, right? Me and my roommates planned the trip. No, that's plenty of time. I'll just finish the even if the timer runs out, then I'll just finish the mayo bit. I think it's a great way to end the subathon, right? With mayo and hair. Wouldn't that be fun? But yes, I look forward to it. Okay, chant. I think Tiv is changing, and then we're gonna go to the bakery. Yep. Yep. Oh my god. No, chat is so generous. Bye. Yeah, we're not. I don't think we bought the Fright Fest stuff. We're also leaving at like 6 or 5 or something. Yeah, I'm using shampoo, mayo hair. So let me show you guys. Oh my god. Okay, so it is mad expensive. Let's just see this real quick. We watched this before.
I'm not sure that I had mentally prepared for this enough.
Oh, it's conditioner?
Hey guys, it's Ellie, and welcome back to Beautycast. Fail or Holy Grail, where we test Pinterest beauty hacks and see if they're fail, or Holy Grail, or Holy Grail. Today we are doing another hack where we put weird stuff in my hair, and that today is going to be mayonnaise. We are doing the mayo as conditioner beauty hack. So for this hack, you will need mayo, 2 shower caps or plastic coffee bags, and a small towel. The first step in this hack is to wash hair with shampoo only, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that in my shower. I'll meet you back here, and then we'll get to the conditioning. Okay, so I'm fresh out of the shower. My hair is just kind of towel dried and still a little bit drippy at the ends, but suffice it to say it is nice and clean and wet. I just use shampoo, obviously no conditioner, because that's where the deep conditioning mayonnaise comes in. So we're gonna go ahead and start this up. The next step in this hack is to take the mayonnaise and put it in your hair. So I'm just gonna start working it into my hair, and then we'll go from there. All of those rhymes. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. So I'm not sure if it's better to just put it straight in my hair or to put it in my hands and then rub it through my hair. We're probably gonna try a little bit of both in here, but I'm not sure that I have mentally prepared for this enough.
Oh my god. Is this gonna ruin my hair?
So the reason this hack is using mayonnaise is because it's saying that the mayonnaise has enough oils and proteins in it to give you that deep conditioning treatment that your hair really needs. Make sure to definitely concentrate on the ends of your hair because those tend to be the ones that have the most dryness, so definitely try to get mayo into the ends of your hair.
Chat, imagine me doing this. Ew.
Okay, so I'm at a point now where I feel like all the mayo is in my hair. I concentrate on the ends and really all of it, and it's just an experience. So now that I smell like a sandwich, we're gonna go ahead and put this plastic bag over my hair because I don't have a shower cap. So we're gonna just try it like this and hope that we can get it to work. So that'll do. Now we're gonna go ahead and move to the next step. Grab your towel. So now we're gonna take a little towel here and put it in the dryer. We're gonna definitely keep it long enough to get it nice and warm. But if you don't have a dryer, you may have to get a bit creative using things maybe like a hair dryer or a microwave. Just try to be careful and try to make it hot in a safe way. Just gonna leave that up to you.
What is he doing?
Okay, so take your hot towel and place that right on top of the bag on your head, and then we're gonna take another bag and put that on top of the towel to trap in that heat. Alright, now we're gonna let this sit for 20 minutes. 20 minutes is up, and now we are going to rinse out the mask. So this is my hair now, and I'm gonna run back into the shower. It's just to rinse it out with water and then shampoo with a gentle shampoo. After that, I'm gonna dry it with a hair dryer, and then I'm gonna meet you back here. We're gonna do a and fire fail. Holy grail. Alright, so I'm now mayo-free. Mayo-free shirt, mayo-free hair. I'm gonna take it down. I just got out of the shower, so we're gonna see if it still smells like mayo right now. It was fairly easy to wash out, so that's a plus.
Ew.
It still smells like mayo, and that's a sad thing because I was really hoping that it wouldn't still smell like mayo. It's
I love
that may be a deal
mayo.
breaker for me. But I'm gonna dry it and see if maybe the smell goes away. Wishful thinking maybe. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna blow dry this and then we'll talk. Okay, let's talk about if this is a fail, holy grail, or holy fail. I just brushed through my hair and it's feeling really soft and I am shocked. Like, before I brushed it, I was like, I don't know.
My hair's gonna be so soft, chat. I'm ready for this mayo to transform my hair forever.
About this, but as soon as I brushed it, it was like, you know what, actually this is pretty nice. So it definitely doesn't have the detangling powers that I had hoped for. I still felt like I had quite a few tangles in there to brush out and that was not fun. But as far as feeling soft and conditioned and nice and touchable and like I just want to keep rubbing my hands through my hair, A+ for that. Definitely an A+ for that. Now in terms of smell, let's see. It's still like the tiniest hint of mayo, but it's nothing crazy. No one's gonna come up to you and think that you smell like mayo. No one's gonna realize that it smells like that. It just kind of smells like hair with like the tiniest touch of mayo. So I imagine that's gonna fade out through the day. We'll see. But overall, I gotta say I'm really impressed. I don't feel the need to go rewash my hair. I'm gonna just let this be what it is, and I'm fine with it as if I had conditioned it with my normal stuff. So that should speak to it in its own way. You know, if I don't feel the need to do anything else, then it's absolutely not a fail. There are no cons to this really. It's easy, it's cheap, it's one ingredient, and it works. So I'm, like I said, pretty surprised. I really didn't think that it was gonna be good. I thought my hair would be either really greasy or not conditioned or super smelly, but it's none of those things. It's nice, it's conditioned. And is it better than some of the store-bought expensive high-end hair masks? No, but it works, especially in a pinch, and it's probably more natural than all of the chemicals. So if you're looking for a more natural route, you know, the mayo is a more natural thing because it's eggs and oils and something like that. So absolutely give it a try. If you are interested in doing this, I will tell you that it works. And for me, it's a holy grail. So it's kind of a no-brainer, and I really expected to be more conflicted about this, but I'm happy that I'm not. So with that said, let me know in the comments if you guys have tried this before, or if you're going to try it, if you swear by this method, or if you hate it. Let me know down below. I always like to read what you guys have to say. So besides that, I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Love you. Bye.
No cons. Chat, I'm literally doing that. Okay, the worst part is like seeing it like stuck to her head. Yes, we're leaving soon. I think Tiff is getting her last things together, and then I will end stream and come back to do mayo. Yeah, it's gonna be a huge mess. Okay, so I have to shower first, and then I put the mayo in. Yuck! I can't imagine that. Big I would be proud of you. Yes. Okay, this could be a YouTube video though. Maybe. I'm not a video. Yeah, I have to buy the jar of mayo before stream. So I'll do that. Isn't it early for you? It's 6 a.m. No shower needed. Oh, just like wash under the faucet? Good idea. Yeah, and 2 showers, 2 karaoke sessions. How exciting, chat. I'll get the squeeze bottle. That's a good idea. Okay, I think we're ready. Okay. Bye, Chan. I'll see you later. Thank you. Have a great Saturday. I'll see you at 8 for our lovely mayo hair. And let's go raid. Let's go raid on me. Have a great time. Thank you. I'll make sure to tell you all about it. Excellent. Go Audie. Excellent. Have fun. Yeah, at 8. I'm sorry, VOC. I'll let you know. Bye, chat. Okay. Better get a bunch of it out. And you want? Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Paige, thank you. Bye. Bye, chat. Oh yeah, sunscreen so I don't burn. Bye. Mwah. Kiss, kiss. Thank you again for the support. We'll start at 2:02. Bye, bye, bye. I'm in rain now. Bye, bye, chat. Heart, heart. Thank you. Have a great Saturday. Thank you for the support. Bye.